Well, I hope you're having a great day today. This can go under several categories, but for my thrift store Thursday day, if I do it on that day, this is definitely something I got at a thrift store. We have a place called the Fancy Flea. Not sure why they call it a Fancy Flea. It's a antique store that has a bunch of little like compartments in it where people can rent places in there. This person's had this for quite a while, but they lowered it to $10. So I'm like, whoa, okay. Then I definitely would like to get one of these. I definitely collected these back in the day when they first came out. Boba Fett was one of the first ones I grabbed, and it is an excellent figure. I highly recommend picking these up. They were originally $12.95 in the stores, so I guess this person got tired of holding onto it. It's number 11, so it's one of the earlier figures. The reason I picked it up is because even though I'm not a big fan of the sequels of Star Wars, let's be honest, he looks like any other TIE fighter, or not TIE fighter, X-Wing fighter. So even if I don't want to pretend like that, he's a great figure. Even if I don't like the character, I don't really care about the character, to be honest with you. So this is from the Star Wars Toybox. They're meant to look like the Toys to Life, what's it called, Disney Infinity. And that was an excellent toy, cartoon, video game, whatever you want to call it. It was a great thing. I really wish that kept on going. All right, first off, we got a tie down. I completely forgot about the tie downs on this thing. So, yippee-yi-yay. I don't like pausing videos because that would take forever to fix it. So let me just grab something to cut it with. All right, I got my little bag of things to cut with. And I think I'll choose fingernail clippers. I choose you. Because these are fingernail clippers meant to cut these little tie downs, and I hate these things. I haven't been able to make any videos because, well, I've been taking care of somebody who wants to make a run for it all the time. It's just a wonderful feeling. Never mind, I don't go there. You're not here to hear about that. You're here about the, you just want to find out if these are any good. All right, let's cut down all of the things that are holding him back. This is actually a metal thing, but it cuts. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. All right, so I think I got most of them. If not, oh my gosh, there's tape, there's metal, the bendy wire tie downs, there's plastic tie downs. There's a lot of things that are tying this guy down. They did not want him to escape, even though I don't think he could. Whoops, okay, it almost fell off the table. All right, so the packaging, it's a clear bubble. The helmet is pretty cool, actually. It's got about 3 painted colors on the, well, actually, to be honest with you, it looks like the gunmetal is actually painted. So it's got red, white, well, a very crimson red, and yellow painted onto a, what appears to me that this is actually, it looks like there's brush strokes on here, which is very strange to think about. Okay, I was like, what is that noise? My dad's got the TV on in there. And it's extremely loud all of a sudden. I guess I wasn't hearing it. My gosh, it's getting louder. All right, well, hopefully you won't get too distracted by that. All right, like I can not be distracted. The great thing about these is they're easy to stand up. So they're not like you need a stand, but you can put a stand on them if you want to. They got little holes in their feet that are probably about 1 to 2 millimeters. All right, let's see what it looks like with the helmet on. Or let's look at the face real quick. What is he watching in there? All right, we got the head can look up and look down. It can also twist side to side. You can see it's got a hinge, and of course it's got a plug going into the head. For a minute there, I thought maybe that the neckline, it was actually disconnected, but I think it's, I don't know, I can't tell. Let me see. Let me put his head all the way down and try to bend it. I think it's just 2 different pieces of plastic that are put together. All right, the articulation for the shoulder is like this. It goes up only this far, though. It doesn't go up too far. The elbows don't look like they're going to be very articulate. Here's straight. Here's bent. So straight, bent. Straight, bent. So not much there. The hands go around 360 degrees. Also, they bend in. So he has the slap you in the face hand, not the sword holding hand, which would be better with a gun, to be honest with you, or his blaster. All right, his upper torso. Let's see if it has a separate articulation point. I thought these had a separate one. This is a kind of a soft poly pocket material, softer vinyl right here. He's got a definite swivel rotation at the waist. Up top, I don't sense any articulation, even though he has the soft vinyl. So I thought there might be a hidden articulation point inside the chest, but I don't feel one. All right, let's see if the blaster can go safely in here. I'm glad he can hold his blaster because most figures just can't. Okay, it goes nicely into the little side holster. All right, these things get on my nerves. It's like, remember back in about 20 years ago, the Gothic kids used to wear these to school, these suspenders they would just have around their waist. That's what it reminds me of. So he can do a split, so in case he wants to join the cheerleading squad. His leg goes forward this much, and it only goes back this much because he's got a tiny butt back there. So forward and back, and the cables are soft and they go into his legs. We got a little box on his chest. The cable is soft and goes into his legs. He has a knee bend. It goes about that far. It goes from 90 or 100 degrees, or 180 degrees, I should say. And then when you bend it, it doesn't quite go 90, more like 70 maybe. His feet. Now, this is where I can't remember the articulation. It looks like it's a joint that goes up where he can heel kick you, or he can tiptoe about that much. And I don't think there's ankle rockers. There is a twist, but I don't sense an ankle rocker in there. But he stands really well. He's got a lot of bottom heaviness to him. Let me get his foot a little more straightened out. So that is a really cool thing. Now, I was going to put his helmet on. Oh my gosh, it's super loose. It looks like a kid wearing a dad's helmet. It's ridiculously loose. Yeah, well, it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a bit tighter. Maybe it got loose over time. I don't know. It's just really super duper loose. Now, of course, you can fix that by putting something like clay inside, or tissue or something to make it more tight. But it just really looks ridiculous. I mean, look how far away from his face his visor is. If I pull it back, it's going to make he's just like an alien. All right, technically he is an alien. All right, here's BB8. And BB8 has one articulation point. I'm trying to see if it does anything else other than just go around in circles. And that's apparently all it does. And I don't know which way is the front of him because there are different panels. There's this panel that has like a piece of candy. There's this one that looks like a Green Lantern's lantern. Oh, this one actually looks more like Green Lantern. That one, I don't know. That one looks like it was a Green Lantern that was broken. So I don't know which one's the front of him. There's the bottom. He's got some pretty good paint apps. There's a white base plastic with orange, silver, and black paint. Okay. All right. And then on Poe Dameron, we have no paint details on the back. We do have some leg tattoos, CE. At least it looks like CE. It might be a different language altogether. On this side, we have some lettering that's been printed on there that I can't read. But maybe you could read on your screen and let me know what it says. And the only thing I see on his clothing is this symbol right here. What does that symbol mean? Means the rebels. But other than that, there's not much paint apps going on. There's just a few paint apps like right here on his legs. This is actually a different piece of plastic, and I'm suspecting that this piece right here is actually... No, you can kind of tell where it's a little bit smudged over right there, where the paint wasn't put on perfectly because, you know, the 4-year-olds that work in the lab, I'm talking about the factories, can't stay in the lines yet. He's got printing on his feet. And then, of course, his face has probably got the most paint other than the box. The box has got blue, white, and black on the gray box. His face has got brown, pink, and of course his hair is brown. All right, well, anyway, I didn't know if you've ever picked these up. I definitely enjoyed the Disney Infinity game. That's one of the reasons I started collecting these figures. And then the pandemic happened, and I don't think I've been to a Disney store since then. We have a Disney store way down in South Myrtle Beach, which is most people call Myrtle Beach, at the Grand Strand. I haven't been there in a long time. I don't plan to. I just don't like to go out as far as I used to go out. Like, I'm not as adventurous. Plus, if I go too far, I'm like, my dad's like, where are you at? He'll call and stuff. So, yeah. All right. So, what do you guys think? $10 for this figure? I think it was a good deal. Have you picked up any of these? Let me know in the comments below.